Hi and welcome to another update video for Baptist Youth. We're now in the month of June, and so technically summer has began, and in just a few weeks our summer program will be launching as well. And that's really the majority of what I would like to share with you in this little video and encourage you to pray for is our summer program. Particularly the month of June is a very busy month, particularly in the office as it relates to the summer program. Irene, who works in the office, is very busy at the moment processing all the final payments and accessing I-forms, so do pray for her and all the work that goes on in the office behind the scenes that no one really sees, but is very, very busy and hectic indeed. So do pray for that over this next month, and then pray for some of the events that we have going on this month on the run-up to summer. Firstly, on Friday the 10th of June, we've got our camp night, where we get all our camp leaders and officers together for a night of hearing God's word, connecting with each other, meeting in our various teams, and then ultimately being commissioned toward the summer ahead. So pray for that on Friday the 10th of June. And then the following week, on Saturday the 18th of June, we're doing a similar thing, but not with the camps, but with the BY teams. And so we're gathering all those who are serving on our BY teams together on Saturday the 18th of June. Again, a day to hear God's word, receive some training, have lunch together, talk in our teams and our groups, and then ultimately be commissioned as we think about serving for the summer ahead. So pray for those two events that are happening this month, the month of June at the Baptist Centre. And then pray for the summer program, which will be launching right at the start of July. That week, the 2nd to the 10th of July, we've got two teams, the Shankill team and the Letterkenny team, and also a camp, Coleraine camp, are all happening that first week. And from then on, it's really back-to-back with camps and teams happening all throughout the summer of July and August. So it's going to be quick, and it's going to come at us fast, so do pray for those. Pray that we get off to a good start, and that God will be glorified in all that happens. And just generally, could I encourage you to pray for the summer? There's loads of people involved, loads of programs involved, loads of things happening. We'd really value your prayers for all of that, that it would be a real summer of gospel fruit, and a real summer where we see lives transformed and encouraged, and Christians built up, and non-Christians reached with the gospel. So do pray for that. And I'll give you regular updates in the next 2 months, July and August, about maybe specific things that you can be praying for as it relates to the summer. In terms of needs for the summer, let me just mention a few. One is that one of those teams that I mentioned, actually one of the teams in that very first week, the Shankill team, we would love a few more members to go on that team. At the moment, the team's quite small, and it would be really helpful if we had even 1 or 2 more volunteers to come and serve on that Shankill Community Fellowship team. So if you or someone that you know in your church is age 16 plus, it's free that week, the 2nd to the 10th of July, and would like an opportunity to serve with Baptist Youth and serve one of our churches in our association, to join with other young people, to be encouraged and to have opportunities to bless others. We'd really love it if you could encourage them to visit our website, beyouth.org, and to get signed up for that team as soon as possible. The sooner the better. We get that finalised and get ready to go. That'd be great. That's the first need I'd like to make you aware of. The second one is one that I've mentioned in previous months. But again, it's always a need as it relates to the summer, and that is really minibus drivers. To drive a minibus, more often than not, you need a D1 on your license. And for most people under the age of about 40, 45, they don't naturally have a D1 on their license unless they've done a specific test. But for those who pass their test before 1997, they typically have this D1 on their license. And if you fall into that category and find yourself free a week or even a number of days over the summer and be willing to lend a hand to just driving a minibus, well, that would probably come in very handy. So please make yourself known to us by giving us a little email, youth@thebaptistcentre.org, and that might work out really, really well. So that's the second thing to make you aware of. The third thing then to make you aware of is a specific need, I suppose, which has risen in the past few weeks. We've had the privilege of having a number of Ukrainian teenagers and young people and children express interest and in many cases applying to some of our Baptist Youth camps over the summer. We've probably the guts of 15 to 20 young people and children who look set to be involved in our camps this summer, which is great. These are young people who have only arrived in Northern Ireland in the last number of months and are settling in and have been encouraged to sign up to some of our camps, which is great. Many of them are Christians, and it will be a great opportunity for them to be encouraged in their walk with the Lord, to meet new friends, to hear from God's word, and to be encouraged and build up in their faith. And we would love to ease the financial burden of those young people and coming to those camps. And so we've set up a Just Giving page where we would love to encourage you to maybe consider supporting them in some way, sponsoring them through some of our Baptist Youth camps. You can give a donation as small as £5, a couple of pounds. That will be really helpful. We've set a total target of about £2,500. Really what we're hoping to cover for each of these applicants is firstly their camper fee, just to pay their general accommodation and food and things like that, and all various activities that happen during camp. Secondly, then just any other things that they're required to bring to camp that they might not have access to, things like an airbed or sleeping bags, things like that. And we hope to have that all covered within the £2,500 for each of the Ukrainian applicants who hope to come this summer. So we'd love you to encourage you to consider that. Any money that's left over at the end in that pot, if there is money left over, and we're going to use that money and give it to some of the churches in Volochysk in Ukraine, who we have had some sort of a partnership with in recent years. There's a few summers we sent over teams, Baptist youth teams, to Ukraine, to those churches, and have worked alongside them in the past. So any access money that we happen to have, if we do, which would be great, we'll send to those 4 churches to support them through this difficult time. So to access that Just Giving page, I'll put it on the screen here, but you can really go to justgiving.com/crowdfunding /BY Ukraine. Okay, justgiving.com/crowdfunding /BY and that'll be great. Last thing then, just to remind you of, is something that we talked about last month's update video, and that is a special event that's happening at the end of this month online, the 23rd of June. That's a Thursday. It's Parent Club. Parent Club is a new initiative that we're running semi-regularly, maybe once every term or so, and it's pretty much a 1-hour Zoom conversation for parents. Someone will lead that conversation, someone will give a bit of a presentation on a particular topic, and you can engage with that, or you can just sit quietly and listen to the conversation if you like. But it's all a means of trying to encourage you as a parent as you seek to raise your child in the ways of the Lord and to encourage them at their stage of life. And so in this first edition of Parent Club on Thursday the 23rd of June, this is specifically for parents who have children or young people who are finishing primary school this June and then are moving to secondary school in September. Andy Lamberton's going to come and he's going to share with us how we can navigate that tricky time as parents as we think about that. So do come along to that. If you are free, again, it's online, just 1 hour, no more. And if you sign up at our website, beyouth.org, you will receive an email in due course, which will provide you with the little Zoom link that you need to access that call. That's all for this month. Thank you so much once again for your support. Look forward to catching up with you again next month at the start of July when we'll provide another update. Thanks so much.